Hello. Today I'm going to do a review on my new Poulan Pro PP20 VA46. It's a 20 horsepower Briggs & Stratton Intec engine, a 46-inch deck. I just bought it the other day. Today's the first time I used it on my yard. I have approximately 1 acre to cut. I have a pretty large hill here. It's hard to see. It's about a 18-degree grade going down. It's to the road from where I'm standing is approximately about 7 feet. So you can see the car going by there. I'm way up high. Anyhow, I took this thing for a few passes here in my yard, and to say the least, the thing cuts amazing. It's got lots of torque. I got it from Home Depot, and it's a very comfortable ride. The seat's comfortable. I kind of like a higher back, but you know, it's nice. I looked at the 17 horsepower 42 inch, and I looked at the 19 horsepower 42 inch, and for just another couple $100 more, and I mean a couple $100 more, I bought this thing, and man, what a difference. When I was at the store looking at it sitting next to the other mowers when it came in offline, it was a lot bigger than the others. It stood taller, it sits tall. I've had some Murray mowers, Boulans, I've had Craftsman, all 42-inch mowers with like 13 and 15 horsepower engines in them. And let me tell you, this thing here is just way more powerful. I just couldn't believe the power, the torque this thing has. One thing I really liked about it right off the bat was this 10-year warranty on the reinforced deck. You know, what a deal. My other decks that I had on my Craftsman and my MTD Murray Boulans were just real thin, and they rusted out within a matter of, I'm going to say, 7 years. They were already getting holes in them, and the blades were just cheesy. And they didn't, you couldn't even resharpen them. Here in South Florida where I live, there's a lot of sand in this yard, and the sand just beats those blades up. You know, it just tears them up. One thing about this mower here is it seems like the tires on it are pretty beefy. They're not your typical turf tires. They are pretty beefy, and they don't seem to mess with my yard any. They seem to go across nice. They grab good. Going up this hill, it was nothing. I tried to go a little bit sideways down it, and they say 15-degree angles the max you want. And believe you me, this is about a 17, 18-degree grade, and it did not like it. So I'm going to be on the safe side because this thing has a tight turning radius. It's far away from being a Z-turn, you know, zero turn, which those are nice, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money. I'm looking at this here's around just under $1,500. And man, that extra few $100s is so much more worth it. I didn't think I'd like this gas pedal here and the reverse. This is the gas pedal right here, and this is reverse. You can mow forward and you can mow in reverse. It has a little thing right here telling you this is forward, and you got to put the key in reverse here to go reverse. But what I found out is if you leave it in forward only and you hit that reverse pedal, what happens is it just shuts the mower off entirely, shuts the blades off, shuts down. It has a safety feature, which is cool, you know, in case you got a little kid running behind you, you don't see him or whatever, because it is a little bit loud, but I've had louder mowers with just 13 horsepower that just much more decibels higher than this. Anyway, going back to this reverse, when I put it in reverse here to cut in reverse, I could actually cut forward, so you can just leave it in that position and go forward and reverse without any problems. I also noticed that in the back here, and I'm sure other people said, in order to roll this thing freewheel it like in neutral, you have to pull this pin out like this, and then you can move it back and forth freely. And then it goes back in gear. If you accidentally leave that out and you hit the brake lever here, it will automatically release it, so no worries there. You have a 6-position height adjustment. I went to cut in 3, and man, this thing, you can scalp a lawn right quick with this thing. So I'm going to cut mine in 4. As you can see, I like it there. I don't know, some people like to leave their grass higher. You know, you could even cut it in 6 and have a nice, if you got a Kentucky bluegrass or something up north, I'm sure 6 would make it look beautiful. You want to keep your grass about 4 inches higher, so maybe 5 inches tall. It's depending upon what you like. down here in Florida. I don't like to cut it too short, but I don't like it to be too tall either because of the rains we get in the summertime. We get rains sometimes daily, sometimes not so much, but anyhow, it grows quick down here. The one feature I wasn't sure that I had it or not, but I was the hour meter. The hour meter goes right here, and that's a good thing to have. I'm going to buy that. It attaches to your spark plug, I believe, lifting the hood up here. It attaches to your spark plug or the starter. I can't remember which one. Whatever it is, I'm going to figure out what it is, and I don't think they cost too much. I'm going to go on Poulan Pro parts and see what I can get. They also list all the stuff you need, part numbers in the hood here. There's a little thing there that shows you. This Intech 20 horse came with oil in it, no gas in the tank. It was a little shy of being topped off of oil, and it said also in the owner's manual, check the oil, you might want to top it off, and I did so, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I checked that, as everyone should check their oil. The one cool thing about this is also the exhaust comes out the front right there. So it's kind of cool, you know. I don't really smell it too much. It's blowing down. I love it. The deck guard, I've seen people have theirs pulled up with a bungee cord, with a bungee cord there, and I'm not going to be doing that with mine. I'm just going to leave mine as it is, and it seems to throw the grass out pretty good. You know, I mean, if it's wet, I know, you know, that can help you out, but I'm just going to leave mine right where it's at. I think if I just leave the deck at the setting, it's going to be fine. The feet pads on the deck are really heavy duty. The deck feels heavy duty too. I don't use my cup holder much for holding beer or anything because it's just too damn bumpy, man. Who wants their beer shook up? Not me. I know you guys probably don't either. One thing I noticed also on this was on the parking brake feature. When you turn the motor on and you start this thing up, if you have it in the slowest speed, the turtle speed, versus your mowing speed up here at the Jackrabbit, when the motor's down low RPM and it's kind of quiet, which it is quiet at idle speed, actually. I'm very happy with the decibels of this thing. It's nice and quiet, but man, when it revs up, you can just tell it's got torque. When it's at low speed like that, you can hear, when you're just sitting and you don't have the gas on or anything, you can hear a little rattle. And I don't know if it's in the CVT, the constant variable transmission, or the motor drive to the CVT in the back. Their belts rattle up against the pulleys, or I don't think it has anything to do with the deck belt or anything. But I noticed when I put it in gear to park it, put it down like this, and then pull up on this, let off, that noise went completely away. But again, I only noticed it when it was very, very quiet, when I had it in idle. When you turn the motor up, it's still rattling. You just don't hear it as much because the motor's loud now. And then when you kick the blades in, of course, that noise takes over. But I want to tell you, this thing goes pretty quick, man. I don't know what speed they say it had, 6 miles an hour. One thing said 7.5 miles an hour. I don't know. It's pretty quick, man. My Murray said it was 5.5 miles an hour, and this definitely goes faster than that. It moves along fast. I don't cut grass real fast myself because it's, you know, I'm not in that big of a hurry. If I'm cutting grass, I'm kind of enjoying it. I like to mow the yard. It gives me something to do besides being in the house, you know. I also want to show you guys that the gas tank on this thing is better than most of the motors I had. This material, this must be polyvinyl chloride or something, I'm not sure, but it is heavy duty. It's better than most of the gas tanks that I've had in the other motors. I can tell this thing's really durable. I don't think it's going to yellow. It doesn't seem to be thin. It seems to be heavy duty. It also comes with a gas cap retainer, so you can't leave the gas cap laying out and run over it later if you forget to put it on. All in all, you know, I think it's a great buy for the money. Like I say, you're looking around $1,500. What I did was I got a Home Depot credit card, and, you know, I went and put it on the card, and it's 6 months, no interest, you know. I signed up. I was like, cool, man. So I'm just going to go to the store and drop off like $2.25 every month, you know, and bam, there you go. But like I say, this thing is a pretty awesome machine. I'd recommend getting it over any of those 17 horsepowers or something like that. If you can fit a 46-inch in your garage space or shed or wherever you're going to put it. This thing is a beast, man. I really, really like it. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I'd like the gas pedal, but man, after I started pushing it and cruising, it just feels like a car. Feels just like a car. I don't have any problems with it. I did have to move my steering wheel over because it was crooked when I got it. So all you got to do is pop this thing off, do that 9/16 nut there, pull it off. There's some splines, you kind of turn it. They're a little bit wide, so sometimes it's not exactly perfect, but there's another spline nut under that. I'm thinking about twisting that to get the thing dead nuts, but it's a yard, man. My hand, when I'm going on this thing and I got bumping around, I'm moving like this all the time, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, another thing, it was damaged in shipping. I don't even see there's these slices on here. Kind of didn't like the way that felt on my hand, and this 20-inch model, or this 20 horsepower model rather, comes with a different steering wheel than the 17-inch and the or 17 horsepower and 19 horsepower, excuse me. It comes with a different steering wheel, more padded. It is a nice feeling wheel, other than this shit on my hands right here, excuse my French. It doesn't feel too good. I just got cut up. So Home Depot was really cool. I showed them that when I went to the store, and they said, wow, we're going to get you a new wheel. So I went back inside, and they went ahead and put in an order for a new wheel for this model, and I should be getting it any day now. So the people at Home Depot really did help me out. I really like it. I can't say enough good about it. It seems like it's really cool. It works good. I'm just going over it today because I really didn't go over it that well when I got it because it was raining here the last couple of days. But it's got a lot of safety features on this seat. It's got heavy duty coil springs, you know, so if you're a big guy, you know, this thing's cushiony, man. It is really a plush ride, and the seat is plush. I just can't say enough how plush the seat is. I wish the back was a little higher, but it's not bad. I saw an option where they had one with armrests, but I guess that's the hydrostatic model, probably with the 54-inch deck or something you can order, but I may get that later on, but I don't know. I kind of like what I got. It's okay. I think I'll be resting my arms on there too much anyhow. Anyway, this is Marky Thunder. Please subscribe if you like my videos. Also, before I get off here, one more thing. Let me get back to the motor. Right there's your drain for the oil. Pretty easy there. They do have a oil filter on this thing, and it's right here on this side, right by the filter. And they got one of those round air filters in here, and they do tell you in your manual how many hours you want to go when you get ready to change these things out. I haven't gone through all that yet, but I will. I also saw that Walmart carries these filters there. Some of them are actually on clearance right now because they're starting to get their stuff in for the next year at the Lawn and Garden Center. But right now it's mid-June. I don't know. Maybe they're done with it and they're heading on to Christmas stuff by now. I don't know how high at these stores. But I've seen a couple of these in the clearance area, and I'm going to go grab them for $3, dude. Might as well snatch them up while I can. You know, while they're cheap. I think they're normally like $8 to $10. Pretty cheap. This Briggs & Stratton Intech V-twin motor, 2-cylinder, 656 cc's. Man, that's a 650. It is torquey. I'm telling you, when you step on that gas pedal for the first time, it is surprising. It just kind of puts you back a little bit. Like, wow, that first initial push is torquey. It's a beautiful yellow and black. The lights are nice. Like I said, just now got out and a little bit of cutting with it. Hope you enjoy my videos. I hope I went through everything thorough enough. So if you got any questions, please put it out there on my messaging part or comments section. I'm going to leave comments available for anyone. Also, they have a deck wash on this thing too somewhere. There, I don't know. Let me go on this other side. Maybe it's over there. I thought it had one on this one. Should have. Thought it did. Well, I saw a hole over there with a bolt, so maybe you got to put that in. It's an option as well. So anyway, yeah, it looks like it's an option. I got to probably put where the screw is right here, I bet. Yeah, I bet it goes right there. So I'll have to look into getting one of those and putting that on there. You would think for 1,500 bucks they'd give you one, huh? Guess not, because when you go on YouTube here and you look at the Poulan Pros, they have all those features on there. You know, they have the hour meter. They have also that cruise control, which is, I believe, on this side right here where this thing is. You know, and they show that on the demo of a 20-inch, but I think that's the hydrostatic model. I think the hydrostatic transmission is the only one that has cruise control. And the difference between these constant variable transmissions and the hydrostatic is the hydrostatic has oil and it's a pump. And I don't like those for hills. I've had one with the Craftsman and it burned it up. I found out, you know, you go a little bit of an angle like this, and next thing you know, your oil's going this way, your pump's over here, you overheat it, you burn it up, now your tranny's shot. So that's why I didn't get the hydrostatic model. This is also the same as a Husqvarna. I think the Poulan Pro is a little better. I checked out the Huskies, and they're nice, but for the money, this is the better buy, I think, even though it's pretty much the same thing. Can't say enough good about it, man. It's really cool. I think that it would be nice if it came with those other features, but it looks like you can put stuff on it. So that's it. Again, I'm Marky Thunder. Please subscribe to my channel. Any comments, I'll try to address them as soon as I can get to it. It's a good mower for the buy, man. Like I said, 6 months, no interest, Home Depot. Get yourself a Home Depot credit card. Pick one of these babies up. You'll be riding tall in the saddle, friends. It's definitely a nice mower, and if I had my choice to buy another one later on down the road, I'll certainly do it. Everybody have a great Father's Day weekend, because that's tomorrow for me, and I'll see you next time.